Hello, my name is Zhatelier. Welcome back for another episode of Shadow Empire. In previous episode, we tried to perhaps expand into our northeastern neighbor over here, who I believe does not actually, they don't hold their city anymore. It looks like our eastern neighbor is actually slowly recapturing all of that. So that'll be kind of interesting. But unfortunately, other than having massive penalties, we can't really declare war on them right now, so we decided to not do that. We have been building up a bit of railway. Well, we're starting to get some infrastructure built. We're building up the rail station in Spike. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna be quite expensive in terms of metal. And while we are producing some, we don't really have a proper metal mine yet. That is a bit of a problem. That being said, though, I believe, we got the soil demetallization facility, and we could purchase the high-tech parts for that. It's a bit expensive, and it will also take quite a bit of energy and all that, so it's not exactly ideal, but that would give us a source of metal. It may not be a massive source, but it would be a reliable source that would not run out at any point. So that's something that we might do. Also going to be wanting to build a bit of a port over here in the north to then have access to some naval supply routes and all that. Somewhere down the line. It's not going to be instant. Also, I suppose another thing that I should actually do is for the headquarters. We're in the... Right, we're going to go with defense for the 2nd machine gun brigade. Let's actually first select that. So, that's one. We could go with the field training, just to increase the experience of the troops a bit faster right now. That's actually not a terrible idea either. It would reduce attack and defense values drastically, but at the same time that would allow us to train up the troops, because that is the newer unit, and most of these are still very green, so if we can get the experience going up, that would help us greatly, I reckon. We've got the troops in here. Oh, right, so another thing that I just checked before starting recording for today is I had a look at the artillery. The irregular artillery has a 40 soft attack and 20 hard attack, and with the light artillery that we have, it's more like, honestly, with the 60mm howitzer, it's more like a mortar, really. But it's got 97 soft attack and 32 hard attack, so it is already much better. I do actually wonder, so that's the ammo use is 19.5. How much does the artillery over here have? Oh, it's 3. Okay, so yeah, this one uses a lot less. Does it, no, it doesn't say what the caliber or anything like that is. Maybe fair. We did manage to push back some of the sea creatures over here last time. And we have gotten a whole lot of militias recently. But let's actually just go ahead and head to the next round, shall we? Oh, they're still fighting down there in the south. Oh, and we're getting attacked. Oh, it's trucks. And oh, right, I remember now. Hey, we're research barracks, there we go. So that's another research completed. Scientific cooperation, try to share discoveries but not actual tech levels. Okay, that could be handy. At times, resource rumors could be useful. Low leader relation, governor. Dropped to 55 points, okay. Right, how are we looking into some money right now? We're still losing a little bit, it's not too bad. So I suppose what we could do, I think the population is not going to enjoy this, but we could try increasing the sales tax to 25%, which did succeed now. It's not going to be instant... oh, right, natural budget. I think... Oh, right, we do need to actually do some changes over here, don't we? Let's see, Air Force can be 5%, Applied Science can be 5%, Interior, Foreign Affairs, Secret Service is going to be another 5%. We'll probably get the Supreme Command to 20. I think the Staff Council can also be another 5. The model design needs to be somewhat important, so that's going to be probably the 10%. And then military and economy are going to be 20% each. Some of the directors are going to be somewhat upset about this, but now we don't need to worry about changing the budget anymore, necessarily, unless we want to change the priorities a bit more, because there's not going to be any more councils in there. Right, policy speech. Population happiness to reach at least 42%. That would be handy. Let's actually have a look. Oh yeah, commerce is actually our highest value there. Or victory points reach a bit higher. I don't... Right, it's currently 16.2. Would have been another 2 points. And deadline for that would be around 69. Nice. The goal for the progress point production would be increased. I think I'm going to go with the average population happiness, especially if we get some more buildings done that increase their happiness a bit further, then we'll be fine. Interior council tasks, that's probably fine, no changes there. And then economic, right, so we do research on the heavy industry. That would allow us to start producing some machinery. Maybe not a huge amount, but it would still allow us to get some of that. Water salt recomposition would also be okay, but I think I'm going to go with the heavy industry.
Yes, sir.
And Battle Dojo, discover in Spike, that means 200 recruits. Yeah, no, we're going to allow them to continue, so 200 recruits per round, that's actually really handy. Because right now, while we do have some recruits, we also get a little bit of colonists. I think last round we got the hidden village over there. We do have a little bit of industrial points to spare. I might go ahead and extend the road from here, just a little bit down here on the coastline. Because we got a truck depot, or truck station over here. It's not fully employed, but it's good enough right now to be working fine. And we've cleared out a lot of that. We won't really be able to get through the mountains quite yet. It's rather expensive. We've got a little bit of troops down here in the south. I don't know if I should really push any further down here. At least not much further. Did we have... right, we do have a truck station there, actually. So in theory, we might be able to go ahead and do a little bit of dirt road through here, for example. Get some more supplies down here near the edge of our nation so that we can then try to hold on to the mountain area. Or at least the edge of the mountain, so our neighbor to the east won't be able to spread too far west, at least, hopefully. That might not be the case in the long run, but we shall see. Did we... Right, we do actually need a bit of reinforcements, but we don't have metal to do that, so never mind. That's not going to happen. How close are we with the rail? It's a 0.9 round still? And how much do we actually need? We still need another 230 metal. We do need another machine, actually. But we can't make more machines currently, so... Well, there goes that idea. I mean, eventually we'll be running... or we'll be maybe getting a bit more metal and we can get the extra machinery. Now, of course, once we get the heavy industry research, that is going to allow us to... It's already 29%, so it's not going to be too bad. Combat armor is already coming along quite nicely as well. That's about 51%. And then there's also the conventional gun optimization. We're getting a bit of points there, but it will take quite a while. And again, that's a linear tick, so for each percentage we get some bonuses. So it's not necessarily going to be something that we are going to hold on to forever, but we'll just keep it going for a while, and then once we get some other options, we'll go ahead and change those. Right, we do have the recon cards over here. I'm going to go ahead and bring these actually a little bit closer. And then the militia, we can go ahead and clear out some of that. So that somewhere over here, if there is any resources, we might actually go ahead and build a city. But since we don't know if there is going to be a resource or not, it's a little bit risky. I'm going to go ahead and bring these ones a little bit closer to better supplies. Down there, for example. And then hopefully some of these troops will start getting their experience. Now, I suppose we just put that in, didn't we? So it's not going to be quite instant, but I'm sure that that will be getting at least some experience in there. Those units. And right, we got the extra militia down here, which admittedly doesn't have too much that they can do. We'll keep it there for now, providing a bit of coverage for the... Wait, is that... That may be a new one, actually. We've been getting so many militias lately that it's kind of ridiculous, to be fair. Right, we built the roads. We are losing a little bit of oil. It's not too bad yet. We're losing a little bit of money, but that's also not too bad. With the extra sales tax next round, we should be making some more, hopefully. It might cause a bit of unhappiness, mind you. Oh, and there's a bit of fighting south of us. Our neighbor is fighting the marauders. But nothing bad for us. Hey, elections held. And the old majority won the elections with 62% of the vote. Time of confidence. Word score. Oh, right, yeah. Current strength of this affair is very serious. In 4 word score. And meritocracy is 71 points, with proteins 82. Ah, right. Well, we did get the population happiness to 44%. That's good. And discovered hydroponics. Studied the difference between plants and algae, and we think it could be more efficient water-wise if we could grow algae-like food in huge vats. Especially if we'd be short on water, it might be clever to pursue this. Now, we won't be short on water, luckily. Oh, side skirt has been discovered. That's going to allow the armor to have a little bit extra hit points, essentially. Patriotic collection. Everybody, give a donation for your country needs you. Right. Is it basically issuing bonds or whatnot? I believe friendship, you're right. It could be handy for diplomacy. Okay, wants to organize a party. Ingmar Bulkhead, commander of the 1st Machine Gun Infantry Brigade. Sure, we can allow them to throw a party.
Aye, aye, sir.
Now, to the west, I'm gonna go ahead and try to clear out a little bit more of the coastline. Oh, that's a battle dojo. Okay, so we're getting a lot of stuff in here. Right, we do still have a whole lot of industrial points. We do have a bit of, actually, do we still need a lot of workers? We do, actually. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna send colonize, send us workers. And we'll send the 400 in there. So that's going to give us a bit more workforce to use for next round. And that will probably help us actually quite a bit. We're going to send the recon back to the port, or the future port, while the militia is clearing out a bit of area over here. Now, I do actually wonder, is there any... On the prospecting overview, we cannot discover any new deposits in this zone. Okay, that's good to know. How are we looking on the right? So we are still getting the... Oh, yeah, we are getting more credits now. Heavy infantry 36% already, so that's coming along quite nicely. Siege infantry army at 69%, nice. Combat armor 61, anti-tank guns at 52%. So that's going to be taking maybe 2 more rounds and we'll have those. Helicopter engine 25%, and the conventional gun optimization is at 1% already. This is going to take a long while before we get to the next percent, probably. Or, well, maybe not that long while, but it's probably going to take a while nonetheless. So our word score is currently still 87, so we're fruitful. So it does help, like, trying to pursue some of the things. Let's actually go ahead and... Medal of Merit. Who did we have low relations? Governor Spike. There we go, that's a plus 25 inch. So he should be happy again. Now, how is the railway coming along? It's 0.8, so it's still going to take a while. We've got like 40 metal there last round, so... Oh, right, I suppose we do use a bit of the ammo, or the money, not money, the metal for the ammo. So that's going to take a while as well. I don't suppose we've got any experience for the units in here yet, at least probably not significant amounts. But I suppose it'll probably take more than 1 round. We could actually now, with the extra increase in supplies, we can push a bit further west. So that's good. We might actually save up the points right now. The industrial points, so we can maybe get the road into the valley over here, so we can then start expanding a bit further into the mountains. It may not give us a whole lot of stuff, but I suspect that it might still help. Although it is expensive, but it's something that we kind of have to focus on, because we are kind of sandwiched between the 2 AIs, one east and one to the west, and then of course the mountains to the south, and the mountains to the northeast. So we don't really have a whole lot of options in that regard. We're still using quite a bit of oil, so we may need to set up the, at least somewhere. Oh, right, and how's the energy looking like? I know, we're having some issues with energy, but I suppose that might be that the solar panels aren't working quite full speed. Yeah, we're getting a decent chunk of it, but not quite all of it, I don't think. It should be producing up to 120 energy, but we're only getting 70. I suspect the next round is going to be probably a bit better. I think we are getting to the point where we do have the workforce for it. It's just not necessarily quite everything. What are the other objectives that we have right now? Let's see. Demand overview. None. Okay. That's quite handy. Oh, right. We've still got this one that's probably too far away from the headquarters. Yeah, that's 75. Okay, we'll pull that a little bit closer. There we go. So that's now within range. So that might actually start getting a bit of better bonuses from the headquarters as well now. What do we have over here? That was the supply base. Right, so that's connecting, or allow the trucks to easily reach over there. That's good, of course. We've got the trucks over there right now. Let's get to the next round, shall we? We're currently in a just building up stuff right now, so there's not too much going on. Oh, we're under attack by rifled militia. We killed 200. And we're getting some more, well, we get more stratagems every round. Staff council priorities. We could probably reduce the occupation and governance to like 10%. Then operationalize. That's pretty good. I think the discovery can stay at 20%. Then that one's going to be 25. And maybe 20% for the postures. And then 25 for the customization. Black market discover. Oh. We're going to let them be because that's going to be 100 credit per round. That's going to be massive. We could then potentially even reduce some of the taxes if need be. Mystic Temple asks help with feasts. We can probably help them. Now we are getting a lot of money, so even if we need to spend 200 right now, it's not going to be too bad. Because next round, well, we've currently got 36 increase, and the next round is probably going to be around 130. So that's not too bad. The heavy infantry is now almost halfway done. Siege infantry army has got on another 3%. Combat armor has already overtaken that. But I suppose these are quite a bit more expensive to research. Anti-tank guns are probably going to be done next round. Helicopter engine is still going to take a while, and the gun optimization is still taking a fair bit of time as well. Right, we do have a... yeah, the seals have returned. Let's go out and bring these to get a bit better information about them. How much do we actually know? They're not really that massive defense, actually. They aren't very big. But what we can do is we can just toss these in, and this should be a fairly easy victory for us. Well, I say that, we did take a little bit casualties, but we're also inflicting quite a bit. There we go, so that's 3 sub-units destroyed, and we lost 1 rifle militia. Well, technically speaking, I guess a soldier, but... yeah, well, one of these... So they are actually using some of the better gear, at least, on some units. I don't think that's quite on all of them. Yeah, there's still the rifle militias and whatnot down here. I do wonder, is there... oh, I could actually scrap.
Affirmative.
There we go. I'm just going to go ahead and, since I don't think I have the ability to dismiss those, I can just get rid of some of these sub-units that are, you know, not really helping. We'll get a little bit of resources back as well. We'll still have some troops in the city, of course. We'll probably want to get something like... oh, did we never build the airfield over here yet, did we? No, we've got the ability to do that now. But we're still focusing on the railway, and I think that's actually for the best. Let's actually have a look at the victory overview. So, Paisano's got 20 victory score. Friedmund's got 18. We've got almost 17. Strasbourg has got 0.4. They got a little bit of territory, but they have no population to speak of. We only have about 28% of the world's population, or the planet's population. So that's not a huge amount, and Paisanos does have the biggest area as well, so we probably do need to defeat them in combat at some point. But yeah, they block us to the south. I suppose we could have probably tried to push a bit further initially. Do we have... oh, no, we don't have quite the production points yet to bring in the road further into the mountains, but we'll get that. Oh, that's where the black market is. Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of these discoveries that will be rather handy for us, actually. I'm going to bring this one back to the howitzer. And we at least got the troops over here for the western side against Weimar. I guess we can go ahead and try to clear out a bit more of the border over here so we control as much as possible from the mountains. Maybe we'll actually do one more bit of road over here. Just to extend that. And, oh yeah, there we go. The solar panels are producing now a bit more. It's already 88. I suspect that it's still going to be going slowly upwards. But maybe not instantly. But yeah, there we go. So we at least got some extra power. Let's get to the next round, shall we? They have quite a bit of troops on our border there. But I suppose they also are probably a bit wary of the player. Physical storage has been discovered. Okay, there we go. So that's going to increase the resource caps that we can have on... I think it's at the Supreme Headquarter level. Ooh, there we go. PK. So anti-tank gun. Let's actually have a look at the model real quick. It's the 6mm high-velocity gun. So we'll actually rename this. Just 60mm AT gun. To make it really obvious. Right, so these, they do take a decent bit of ammo per round. They got a really good hard attack and hard defense. Not massive soft attack and soft defense, but these are, well, they can count as artillery or guns, and the movement is not very quick. But yeah, we might want to recruit like at least one of these on both sides. So one over here, guarding that crossing, and then another one over here somewhere as a bit of a backup for whichever gets attacked. Right, Bulkhead wants to erect a statue. You know what? I will allow it. There's a statue for the militia that have died over the years. Oh, 5934. Is that the one down here again? Yeah, it is. So they still want us to go all the way there. It's a bit too far away, so I'm going to have to refuse that. Drills with bureaucrats proposed. We have had some personnel transfers to Interior Council from an elite military unit. They came up with the idea to start the work days with a group exercise and drills. I'm not sure if everybody would approve. Until now, they usually start with stimulant hot drinks and conversation. Okay, so we can either do the drills. That will reduce commerce, increase autocracy, which autocracy isn't really our highest bit. I think we're yeah, we're just going to support the commerce side of things. Right, now we're going to decide a thing. Right, we have yet to develop any of the areas, and I don't think we can do that until we have an airfield or something. But let's see, we do not have... Wait, no. We've got one of everything now, I suppose. Currently, we could go for a bit of a bigger artillery. Like, get a completely different type of artillery, admittedly. Like, go for like even 150mm or something like that, really large. Alternatively, we could, let me have a look at the models that we already have real quick, first of all. We could redo the Recon, I think. Yeah, that's an old one. So we'll take the Cooper Plus. So it had the machine guns. We could probably go for... actually, Ghost machine gun would be a lot of ammo. But also a massive amount of firepower. I think we're just going to keep these a bit cheaper. We'll go with the gas-powered machine gun. We'll probably keep the steel plating minimal. And we'll keep the engine as is. So it's just basically improving the firepower a little bit. Maritime Trade House offering to buy industry. Okay, how much do we have? We got 600. They're wanting to buy 244. They do pay 350 for it, so I suppose that's fine. Includes relations with the Apollo C.
Yes, sir.
Zone upgrade. Oh, we could upgrade to level 4. That would reduce the various scores that we have, but at the same time, that does increase the max level buildings to level 4 then as well. So honestly, that might not be a terrible idea. We are going to do that.
Yes, sir.
Auction. Oh, right, there's an auction going on. I suppose we'll bid the minimum amount. We might still get lucky and get another share. We already got 2 shares on this. If we get more, that'd be nice. So we did get that. Oh, right. Was there any combats that we needed to worry about? No, not for us. At least, how's the situation down south? So there is still the enemy there. The supply situation down here is getting a little bit tricky. I suppose it's a bit of a long distance, though, over there. We did get the better roads up to... Hold on a minute. Let me take the bottleneck away. So we got the better roads up to there. We could perhaps go ahead and upgrade a bit more of this into sealed road. All the way there. That's a lot of points. At the same time, that does mean that the road network up to here is going to be much better. And thus the supplies are going to be much more plentiful. Right, let's go ahead and clear out that. We can't get back into the open area over here yet. I'm going to start clearing out a bit of the surroundings. And maybe we'll set up another, like, a town over here. But I don't know if there's any resource or something like that in here to make it worthwhile. But I do know that, like, if we want to or build anything beyond this point, according to our sort of rules that we set up for ourselves, beyond this point, anything that is built needs to belong to a different city. So, yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Right, is the XP starting to accumulate over here at all? It's not too much yet. No, we may have gotten like 1 point of XP. And there is some enemies over here. At some point, I'm going to send the armored car over here. Do a little bit of scouting check on the neighbor. What are they up to? We still got good relations with them, so it's unlikely that they'll just suddenly declare war on us. But we need to be prepared. I'm going to move that militia to just defend the black market right now. Now we're going to just keep the troops in here as they are. Make sure that no one goes into the future port there. Now, how is our rail construction? Oh, that will be done next round. Assuming that we got the stuff for it. Yeah, no, we got all the machines in there already. We just need about 100 metal. Which I think we might be able to get to. Not actually entirely sure. Maybe it's going to take a bit longer than that. But at least things are underway. So heavy industry 54%, siege infantry is alright. The combat armor is almost 90%, so that's going to be probably 1 or 2 rounds, and that's going to be completed. That one's going to be taking like 3 rounds to do the upgrades. That shouldn't be too bad. Helicopter engine is still taking a while. Of course, we still don't have any air bases or anything like that, so there is that. But we're also using a whole lot of oil currently. Which probably means that at least the recon should probably just stick to a place for a while. And not move, because that does take a decent bit of fuel. Also really good on food and water right now. So in theory, one problem that we might have with this plan is power. But what we could do is we could get the biofuel refinery, just run that at like 25% or something like that. So it's not going to take too much food. It's actually not going to be that bad in terms of power either. But we'll need the machinery for that, and we don't have the stuff to build it, or we don't have the metal to build it right now, unless we purchase some, which we, technically speaking, could, but I don't think we are going to do that right now. Let's head to the next round, shall we? A bit of movement to the western border there, but not too bad. Oh, and the seals have landed again. That's about it. Hey, combat armor research. Excellent. And mechanized artillery. There we go. That could be quite handy. And we won the auction. So now I've got 3 shares. New demand. Protracted asset level reach at least 5. Round 70, how long? Oh, that's 10 rounds. I mean, it's probably possible. Applying Science Council task priorities. It's probably fine. There's no changes there. Military research. Ah, right. We're going to get RPGs, side-skirt rocketry, radiation filters. I'm going to go with the RPG, actually. And then customize things. So we've got 150 points right now. That's not enough to customize any of the existing brigades or whatnot. So that's going to have to wait. I wouldn't like, for example, with the machine gun infantry brigade, I wouldn't mind putting in a little bit RPG or like bazookas or something like that in there to provide them with a little bit of capabilities fighting against the any armored units as well. But for that, we need a lot more points. So we're just going to go ahead and postpone. Free movement. Ambassador from Paisan's proposal we allow free movement of people between our nations. I'm going to allow that. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of people moving into our nation or moving away from our nation after that. Oh, right, and we got... How's the worker? Okay, we've got actually a decent amount of workers right now. And there's quite a bit of private jobs already being used. We did increase the... Oh, right, yeah, we did get over 100,000 population at least, so there's that. But I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.